All in all, we have a pretty pleasant December day in the Volunteer State. The chilly rain from last night has moved on. The temps have bumped up a bit here at Nissan Stadium in Nashville.
Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Tennessee Titans.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away, and off we go from Nashville. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
At the 25-yard line.
Okonkwo, the tight end, in motion. Back to throw, it's Levis.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
And Tomiwa Adebawore has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On now is the Titans punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. That's pulled in at the 32. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Flowers going to go in motion right.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
You talk about this Titan defense.
Now, they've been dreadful against the run. No getting around at number 32, dead last in the NFL.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Jackson rolling to his right. That's caught. It's Flowers. Touchdown. Zay Flowers, his 17th touchdown now on the season.
And the Ravens will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Ravens 7, Titans nothing. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And the last drive, their first drive, 3-and-out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early, but it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10.
And Jackson throwing once more. And in for the Ravens touchdown. From 10 yards out.
And the Ravens lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
Ravens 14, Titans 0.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
He finds his man, complete. It's Murray. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Levis on 3rd down.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right.
To the right side, into the hands of Flowers.
It's a big play there for Baltimore. 49 yards.
And this is one of the toughest parts about being a defensive back. When a play breaks down like this, you're taught to plaster to a receiver. Find the nearest one and adhere yourself to him. But you can only stay with the receiver so long if the play continues to develop. He knows where he's going. You do not.
Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss.
At the Titans' 12-yard line.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Off the play fake to Dobbins. Here's Jackson.
That's complete right around the 8. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at touchdown! A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Ravens have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Yeah, look at this Baltimore defense.
They were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. (21-0) our score after 1.
Ravens 21, Titans nothing.
Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And some room to maneuver. Add this gain to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st down, Levis.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Letting one go deep for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Now Levis.
And that is incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Eddie Pinheiro on now.
From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder.
This is up and good from Pinheiro.
And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So they do come up with their first points of the game, but Charles, the question is going to shift to their defense.
Yeah, the way things have gone, 3 points could become insignificant fast if this grows to 28-3 or 35-3. They need this defense to come up with a stop, and they need to do it now.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd down and 9.
From the gun, Jackson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Throwing is Jackson.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And the Titans are going to take over at their own 41.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Levis.
He finds his target, Beckham. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down.
Levis looking to throw.
Throw left side complete. That's Murray. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big pickup of 38. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
Levis sets up to throw here.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Chigakonkwo.
A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Titans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Pinheiro's extra point up and good.
And it makes the score 21-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, receivers, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
First down, Ravens.
Now Jackson on first down. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
A gain of 34 yards. And the Ravens first down.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Under pressure, and they got to him again. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up.
Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Throw caught by Flowers. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hole.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Now on third and forever, he'll look to throw. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. This is taken around the 12. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp. And at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Murray. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
A 1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Well, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And the Ravens will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Throwing, Jones. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
Now receiver in motion left.
And he'll get it here on the touch pass.
And he'll get it. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Zay Flowers,
His second TD of the game and 18th of the year.
and the Ravens will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Second and 10. Here's Levis.
And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Levis to throw it.
He completes it to Beckham. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 23 yards, the final tally.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
The one final shot before the half. Here's Levis. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
The fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this third quarter at their own 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
On second down, a run with Dobbins.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And that was a really nice run there to bring up third and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Now Jones. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
First down, Baltimore.
On first and 10, Jones.
He'll get this to Flowers, left side.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
At the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. Look at the big man rumble. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 50 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This now a 3rd and 4. Levis back to throw. Able to find Dowell.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 4th and 2, they got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. Got to make a decision, and they made the correct one.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun to give to Spears.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Levis on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 35. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Back to throw, it's Levis.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
2nd 10 coming up here in Nashville. 3rd quarter action. Play action now. Levis.
Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
They'll throw it again with Levis. Got his man, Okonkwo.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Levis throwing for it on 4th. Oh, and that is incomplete.
The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
False start's going to push them back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you off sides. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Jones now. Throwing on first down.
Looking deep here for Flowers.
And that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10. On the option right, it's Jones.
And this Tennessee defense for the 2nd straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taken in at the 11. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic?
That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. So the big gain.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Looking to throw. Jones.
There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens.
It's a 6-yard touchdown pass.
And the Ravens will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. The Titans on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, they'll try to run it. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
Desperation time now. Here's Levis.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Off the play fake, Levis.
He finds his man, complete. It's Murray. Touchdown, Titans! A great effort there. 55 yards.
And the Titans get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that will cut this lead down to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 92 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary. Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Now a give running right, Nwangu.
And running with power here. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage. They are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
They'll go right back to Nwangu.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Up the middle, Nwangu.
Call it no gain on the play, so no help there. And now fourth and goal.
You know what? I know it's fourth down and they've got a big lead, but go for it.
Yeah, and why not, right? Because they have the big lead. But don't you have to have a little bit of admiration for these guys on the defensive side of the ball? They've been shoved around this entire game, and they're making a nice goal line stand here. It would be fun to see them stop them on fourth down, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but it's like putting whipped cream on broccoli at this point.
So what you're saying is they're going to go for it on fourth down. They're going to get it, aren't they?
I would.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Now Levis. He'll get that complete to Down.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Here's Levis.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That's another Titans first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On first down, Levis. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Well, they go play action. Here's Levis. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Now again, it's Levis looking to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
1st and 10, it's Levis.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Levis sets up to throw here.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Murray. And he's brought down. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
That's a good effort there after the catch. He looked the ball in and then tried to get it to the goal line. What a nice tackle to get him down, but they're set up well now. First and goal at the 1.
Well, look at this, a tight end carry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown.
Chigga with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans get a bit closer.
Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
CD, this is the ideal situation in the 4th quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock, with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful, they've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
A gain of 18 on the play.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Baltimore,
they solidify their spot in the playoffs as they run their mark to 12.